I'm Timothy Swift, and my podcast, USA Country Music, will celebrate the best in country music. Featuring segments on singing, songwriting, guitar playing, and how to promote your songs by leading industry professionals. My road to country music started when I was young. In high school I heard a song and my heart sung. I said, that's it, that's what I'll do. I'll sing my songs and play them too. Then life rolled on. The years went by. Dreams can fade, but they don't die. Then 50 years later, God whispered to me, pick up your guitar and set your spirit free. So here I am, I found my song. Country music's where I belong. Thank you for listening, USA Country Music. Please send your comments or ideas for future shows to Timothy Swift, 21@yahoo.com.
Okay, well, here I am, folks. This is my first podcast. What do you think about that? Anyway, my name's Timothy Swift, and I'm really interested in country music, and that's why I named my podcast USA Country Music. And what that means is that I'm really a patriot at heart, so that's all I can say. I love America, and that's the way I want to start this podcast, so everybody knows that. Anyway, it's going to consist of several different types of the music industry. Number one, guitars, and country music is guitars are the backbone of country music, basically. That and fiddles and steel guitars and things like that, but still the guitar is way up there. So I decided to start with guitars, and then we'll go to songwriting, which is one of the main reasons I decided to get into country music in the first place is that you can understand the lyrics, and they normally are just playing Americana, I guess is the best way to put it. So the reason I decided to actually get into the industry is when I was in high school, we had an assembly, and Hoyt Axton was at the assembly, and that's what it was all about, seeing Hoyt Axton perform. And he came in and played Joy to the World, and I just went nuts. It was like something out of a different world. I just thought that was the greatest thing in the world. So I said, you know what, I told my friend, I'm going to do that someday. I am going to learn how to play guitar, number one, and number two, write my own songs, and then I would be playing and singing my own songs. And on the intro you'll see I wrote a song about that, so you'll get an idea of what I'm all about. So anyway, so that's how I got started. 50 years went by, and the good Lord called to me and said, "Hey Timothy, pick up that old guitar and start playing." So that's what I did. So 50 years later, here I am, and I hope you enjoy the podcast. I'm going to have famous songwriters as guests. I'm going to have guitar teachers, a guitar teacher. Also, there's a luthier, friend of mine. His name's Rick, and he's a Martin guitar authorized repairman. So he knows a lot about guitars and how to fix them. And so it's going to be a real interesting show. It'll take you from zero to hero. So that's what it's all about, and that's what we're going to do. First of all, let me get my notes here. We're starting with guitar, so this segment is going to be mainly about guitars, and it's going to be about the Orangewood guitar. I specifically like that brand of guitar for a lot of reasons, and I'm going to talk about those as well. But first of all, the first thing you should do is learn about the guitar. And what I mean by that is learn the names of the different parts of the guitar. So I'm going to start here with this. This is called the headstock. And it's an important part of the guitar for sure, but then how you tune it is with the tuning pegs, which are these guys right here. So when you start off, I usually start tuning the guitar, let's see, right over here with the tuning peg. So this is the E string, and then from the E string you go to the A string, and then from the A string you go to the D string. So here's how I remember the different string names, right? And it is this. So this is Eddie 8, that's the A, Dynamite. Good, that's the G string by B string, Eddie. So the low E, Eddie 8, the A, Dynamite. Good by Eddie. So when you're tuning your guitar, I usually start with the E string, right? And there's the E string, right? So then what you would do is you would turn this tuner up here till you got in tune with the guitar. And nowadays there's a little tuning thing, which is right here. You put that on the tuner, on the headstock, and you turn it on, you could tune your guitar. So I'm not going to do that right now because tuning is something that's super important. Every day before I even think about practicing or playing or whatever, I tune my guitar. Before I start playing, it has to be perfect. Not perfect, but it has to be in tune. Okay. So the best way to start your day when you do your practicing guitar, if you're a beginner, it's a good practice to get into. So that's what I do. And then as we continue the parts of an acoustic guitar, this is an electric acoustic guitar. It has a plug-in on the side here, if you can see that. so you plug into an amplifier with your guitar. So this is really a cool guitar, and I'll go over it a little bit later in this podcast. Okay, so here's the nut right here. This is used to keep the strings in line, and on the tail end of that is the saddle. And then you to change the strings, you pull the pins out, and the strings, then you can change your strings. And that's a whole nother, changing strings is a whole nother video, really, to be honest with you. So we'll talk about all this stuff eventually. I think I'll wait for Rick to come in, and he can tell you about what action is, the action of a guitar. And if you look here, I know you think I'm struggling with this, but I'm really not. The action is the distance between the string right here and the fret, which is right here. These little metal things are called the fret. And you don't want the action too high. See, this is like really super sweet action, because I had this guitar tuned up. And this is like a factory tune-up that Orangewood actually, before they send a guitar out of their factory or warehouse, they give you a tune-up, which consists of making sure all the strings have great action, and also that the guitar is totally sounding good before it gets to your house after they ship it, which is a tune-up for a guitar normally where I live is $50. So that's not cheap. So it's like getting a discount on your on your guitar that you buy. These are economical guitars to begin with. For what they are, they really are economical, and they play super well. So you can't go around with an Orangewood. And wait a minute. Okay, so believe me, I do not work for Orangewood. They have given me nothing but just great guitars, and that's all I could ask for, really. So since we're on the Orangewood, we could talk more about different parts of the guitar. I guess I shouldn't have put this back too quickly. So this is the body of the guitar, right? So in here, they call this the sound hole. This is the neck right here. And then you have the pick guard right here. And I talked about the bridge already. Then you have, what else is really important? The neck and the position markers. These give you like what fret you're on. You can memorize all this stuff, different frets. Most of my playing is on the top of the neck right here. That's where most of your chords for country music are located. And then in this particular guitar, there's a cutaway, so you can get your hands way down here if you want to play lead guitar. So it's just really nice, the way this was thought out. And I'll go over this one a little bit more. It's called the Morgan Live. So that takes care of that part. Now, and I talked about the names of the strings, so you got that right. Parts of the guitar. And so now let's talk about the guitars a little bit, so we'll get this rolling here. Like I said, Orangewood guitars are pretty decent. This is excuse me, it's called the Morgan S. So it has, like I said, it's an electric acoustic guitar, and it runs for about $335. But the nice part is that it comes with a gig bag, a really, really nice gig bag. And those cost about $75. So they're not cheap, but if you go to maybe your guitar lessons, you're not going to take this guitar and throw it in the back seat of your car and go in and to your guitar lesson. You need something that looks cool and will protect your guitar, because it is an investment. And then the part that I like about Orangewood is that they send you the guitar. Like I said, you pull it out of the box and you're ready to play. You just strap it on and get going. So they give you the strings are like $10, and then, like I said, the setup is $50. So you're talking about $135 that you saved right out of the before you did anything. So it's really great. I've bought some high-end guitars that do not come with a gig bag, and one company wanted to charge like $85 for a gig bag, and I said, hey, why am I paying for this? I mean, I bought the guitar. That's like a big purchase anyway. So it was $750. So hey, I think it should come with a free gig bag. But that's just me. But you do need one, and so that's another good thing about Orangewood. I liked a lot. And for this one, another plus is the body is wood. The top part of the guitar here is wood. Okay. So what that means is that it has a better sound to it than, like, say, laminate has. So that's really a good deal. And the finish of this is really, it's a beautiful satin finish. So I'll turn this around, you can see how sweet this finish is. So you get the finish and all that. And another thing is, my luthier really liked about the Orangewood are these bone nuts and bone saddle down here. Okay, so those are all pluses. They make the guitar sound better, and it's really, the more natural you can get, like the natural wood and stuff, is a real plus, rather than having a plastic guitar. But sometimes financially you have to keep the finances low, because you're just starting out playing. So you don't want to buy $1,000 Taylor guitar, I don't think, when you first start out playing the guitar as a beginner, until play for a while, get the feeling of what it's like. So told you about the feeling. These guitars come in different colors. They come in a beautiful satin finish like this. It's all dark, and see, also has what do you call it? Oh yeah, it has since this is an electric guitar, electroacoustic, it has like I was saying, the back so you could plug it into an amplifier and play it amplified. And I'll do that in a minute. I'll show you how that works. And so it's a Fishman tuner, and it has, like, in the inside, I don't think you could see it. Maybe you can. Right there, see it right here, is the tuner part, right back in through here. So that's where you tune the guitar, the volume up and down here, and the tone over here. So that's where the tuner is located. And this is called the Morgan Live. I said that, I think. And I talked about the tuner, and then the action, is set by Orangewood, so that's really nice. Talked about the colors, talked about the bag, and it's they have a great Orangewood has a great customer service. You can't call them on the phone. What you do is you write a letter to their customer service, which is hello@orangewoodguitars.com. And if you have a question about your guitar, they'll respond to you that same day. They did to me anyway when I had a question. So I consider that a great customer service department and great bang for your buck as well. So I think that the Morgan Live is a super great guitar for the money, and I'm gonna just play a little bit of stuff to give you an idea of what's going on here. Play some low end, see what you think. So anyway, gives you a little idea. It's really versatile. I like it a lot. It's a great bang for the buck. It's a good guitar. Can't beat it. I can't beat it. So I love it. Anyway, so that's a great guitar. Talked about that a lot. More than I thought I would, really. But it's really worth every penny of it. So Orangewood is an online guitar store. So you go on their website and you look at your budget, and then you figure out like what kind of guitar that would be good for them. And I wanted to talk about another Orangewood guitar. And then, so you get an idea about that. This Orangewood guitar is called the Manhattan. And it's a dreadnought. And what that means, it's like the biggest guitar that you can get for the average run-of-the-mill guitar styles and shapes. And the dreadnought, what makes it so nice, it's really big. Okay, so if you're a tiny woman, this is going to be hard for you to handle because it's so big. But once you learn how to handle it, it's excellent. It has really good low end sounds and also highs. So because it's so big, the sound bounces off the guitar and it sounds super loud sometimes. So you have to kind of play it and figure out how you could improve the sound of your music. But it's wonderful. It sounds great, and the best thing is it's $155. This guitar, so it's kind of amazing. The price is right in there with $155, and it has the same things. You get a gig bag, you get the setup, you get everything for $155, which is great for a beginner for your first guitar, because it helps you get started with a good guitar, and it has everything that you need to become a successful guitar player. So you have the action, that's really good. So why it's so important to have good action is that when you press down on the strings for your chords, right, you don't have to put a lot of pressure down, and so your chords are good from the beginning because you press down on the string. It doesn't take a lot of strength for you. If the strings are real high, you have to press a lot harder. So it's easier for you to make chord transitions when you have a guitar that's set up professionally. And since Orangewood does it for free your first time, it's wonderful way to get started with, like I said, when you get this guitar right out of the box, you'll have to tune it. You tune it all the time. Just might as well get your heart set before when you're taking your guitar out of the gig bag. The first thing before you even think about playing it is you tune it up. But anyway, so it starts you for success right off the bat. And it doesn't make it hard for you to learn how to play the guitar. It's about as easy as it can get, because you have great action on your guitar, you're set up, you have a gig bag to take it around, makes you look cool to have it. Plus the logo of Orangewood's right on the outside of your gig bag. And let me show you, since we're talking about gig bags, right? I couldn't believe this gig bag because it's all set up for you. So all you have to do is put your guitar in there and you're all set. Now this is heavy duty material on the outside. And when you look on the inside, you get this. It's fully lined. It's totally cool. And you put your guitar in there and it's strapping in and it's not going anywhere. So, you got it made, right? And then here's the Orangewood insignia on the outside. So that's cool because You're letting everybody know, hey, I got an orange wood. So that's nice. Okay, so we talked about the bag, we talked about the strings, we talked about the setup, we talked about almost everything. But anyway, this guitar, the Manhattan for $150, is a great, great, great beginner guitar. Period. So you can't go wrong with that. It's really, really nice. Anyway, so I guess basically that's what I was going to talk about. Oh wait, one last thing. Orangewood is going to open up a guitar showroom in their LA office. That's like their main office there. And it's going to be October 18th. You can go to their showroom. If you live in LA, are going to be in the LA area, I think it would be a cool place to go because you could probably take a tour. I don't know what I don't know what they have planned, but you never know. But they said they're going to have in-store promotions on guitars, free drinks, live music, and never before seen guitars that they're coming out with. So talk about cool. Why not? I have a friend, Andy, that lives in LA. I think I'm going to send him an email telling him about go down to Orangewood and see what it's like, and then he can tell me and let me know. But anyway, thank you so much for listening. Next time we're going to be talking about songwriting and how it's changed my life. And I've written maybe 12, 13, 14 songs already, and I played them, sang on them, all that stuff. So this is going to be a very casual podcast, and if you have any questions about what we talked about, or you'd like to have more information about anything that relates to what we talked about today, just send me an email at timothyswift21@yahoo.com. And I'd like to talk about the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival that I went to in August. It's songwriters that get together and we all talk about our songs and what we can do to improve our songs, or we play our music with our songs, and we all get together and talk about it. And then they have concerts during the show, the seminars there in Gatlinburg. And I talked with one of the songwriters, Bobby Tomerlin, and he might come on the show. He's thinking about it, and I'd love to have him come on and talk about the song he wrote for Diamond Rio, One More Day. It is, I think, the most perfect country song ever written, and I I just love it. If you have a chance, listen to it. Go on YouTube and hear Diamond Rio sing the song, and see what you think about it. It's great. So anyway, this is Timothy Swift. Talk to you next time. Thank you for watching.
I'm Timothy Swift, and my podcast, USA Country Music, will celebrate the best in country music. Featuring segments on singing, songwriting, guitar playing, and how to promote your songs by leading industry professionals. My road to country music started when I was young. In high school I heard a song and my heart sung. I said, that's it, that's what I'll do. I'll sing my songs and play them too. Then life rolled on. The years went by. Dreams can fade, but they don't die. Timothy Swift.